developing the NGVMS, which will be launched as soon as we roll out on May 29.
And that's very key because we have to also consider safety on the roads. By the time we get quacks into this, the potential disaster can be huge. But then the government is also talking about launching 2,000 CNG power buses by May. But there are states like Kano and Borno states which do not currently have access to CNG as we speak. So government is proposing about 100 electric cars. Are you privy to the electricity infrastructure plan to power this initiative?
Yes, the EV strategy also falls within our purview. Our mandate is to support alternative energy for the transport sector. That includes both CNG and EV. The EV infrastructure we are particularly focused on launching in universities out of the bat, and working with very specified operators, and that component is being developed as we speak. We've worked severally with even existing government agencies to put some minimal infrastructure in place. In the last 6 months, for example, with a rural electrification agency, to put some infrastructure in about 6 cities for electric EV charging. And we'll continue to do more of that. At the end of the day, like I always say, our work and our role at the initiative is not to replace the private sector. Our work is to catalyze them. Our work is to enable them. Our work is to ensure that the work gets done faster. That's the reason why we are focused on providing incentives, tax rebates, waivers, as well as the necessary regulatory permits expediting that is needed by the private sector in order to deliver this project on time.
So give us more details about how these 2,000 CNG-powered buses will be operated. Will it be given to the private sector on a loan basis, or we're looking at a federal government run operation?
No, like I said, governments or the federal government is not in the business of running business. And so, as the president mentioned on July 31 when he gave the palliative speech, these buses and tricycles, by the way, so the over 2,000 you're talking about includes tricycles, will be provided to the private sector operators at concessionary loan rates. And this will also ensure that they can then be able to pass on those savings to consumers who will then be able to enjoy some kind of rebate in the network that we are hoping to roll out with private sector partners. We had meetings all week, last week, this week, with our critical union partners, RTEN, Road Transport Employees Association of Nigeria, and NATO, the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, and NURGW previously. And they are significant players in the sector. And so we're working with them with respect to pre-qualification, with identifying the key operators that will be able to sustain this kind of network of